Hi guys, it is Thursday, March the 14th, roughly around 5 p.m. And I wanted to do this little bit of a video tour because still getting a lot of queries on Facebook and in our Ski Southeast inbox, or what we call our ski mail, from a lot of you guys that are seeing the 60 and 70 degree readings, and in some cases mid 70 degree readings off the mountain at your location. And I'm getting emails about skiing here at this point in time, mid-March, and even a few inquiries about skiing a little later to the end of March and even into April. I want to kind of answer that by just telling you guys, you can go to resortcams.com, click on ski cams, and you can look at a wide variety of cameras from all over the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic, and I'm not sure a lot of people tie our skisoutheast.com reference or website to resort cams, and in fact we also have a network of weather stations that show the live weather from all over the region as well. So I just thought I'd give a quickie tour. This bit of video snippet that we're watching here so far, a minute in, is from up at Deep Creek Lake in Wisp Resort, where right now it's 73 degrees. But unlike back home where you are, these guys have made a lot of snow throughout the season. They've maintained it well, and if you look at just the edges right in here, there's zero question that Wisp Resort is running a pretty good base of snow still at this time. In fact, they're calling it an average of 36 inches of base snow across the entire mountain. You can see they've still got terrain park features going here. Their snow tubing park is still running, and usually snow tubing is one of the first things to close, one of the last things to open in any given ski season. But here's their snow tubing hill over here as well. And as you can tell, they're operating pretty well. Still got a lot of snow, in fact residual snow up in the mountains themselves. And then this is Deep Creek Lake. I'm going to show you another shot here of Deep Creek Lake, and it's still frozen even though it's 73 degrees. It won't take long. Mother Nature will warm this bad boy up, and Deep Creek Lake will move into its spring and summer season, where there's a huge boating crowd and lake enthusiasts that hit this mountain during the spring, summer, and fall every year. But Deep Creek Lake is still frozen, so it may be 75, 80 degrees in your neck of the woods, but it's still cold enough, and it's been cold. In fact, we're getting ready to have another cold snap. Since we're on Wisp, I'll show you, here's yet another shot. You can see some pretty good little swells where they still have some hits on the mountain and everything else. So a lot of snow, at all the resorts, and I would just tell you, you're going to have to continue to stay tuned. We'll give you some late season closings and things. I know there's a few more ski areas that will be closing or at least ceasing ski ops and snow sports ops on Sunday this coming weekend, and we'll continue to announce those. But I just wanted to tell you guys that what you need to do if you're thinking about skiing, this is a great time. The snow is soft. It's easily carvable. I'm going to get back to this image in a moment, but it's easily carvable this time of the year, and there's plentiful snow still on the mountains of the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic. This is kind of a foggy shot here at almost 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. Appalachian Ski Mountain is still calling it a 60-inch to 115-inch base. All 12 slopes open, 100% open. I'm sure Brad Mortz and those guys, or Drew Stanley and all those guys are really proud of that fact. I'll see if I can give you an updated shot here. This is kind of a foggy shot here at App as well, but you can see plenty of snow on the mountain. Beach is also foggy, so we're not going to really stay on this a whole long time. Get over here to Cataloochee, and you can tell Cat's got fair amount of base still built up. They are open on 14 of 18 slopes right now, reporting a 40 to 75 inch base. You'll start to see in discolorations like this, but as you can tell, there's still a lot of snow on this mountain. That discoloration is nothing more than a lot of the undercurrent, the streams and wet ground and bubbling up of the ground moisture or whatever, kind of coming up through the snow from the ground. But obviously you can ski on the pretty stuff, and there's still plenty. This is not rocky by any stretch. So still plenty of snow there at Cataloochee. Here's a shot at Canaan Valley Resort. We're panning back around to the left. It's interesting, when I was looking here a little while ago, 65 degrees up at Canaan Valley. Again, getting some discoloration. You're going to see that. This is spring skiing now. But nevertheless, plenty of terrain yet to play on here at Canaan Valley. 2447, which is kind of what they usually have even in mid-season. About the only time they have 40 or more trails open during the peak part of the season is during natural snowfalls. Obviously, they've had plenty of that, but at the same time, they're running a 12 to 28 inch base at Canaan Valley. In case you guys aren't reading Ski Southeast updates, all of the West Virginia ski areas are offering West Virginia residents free skiing and snowboarding on, that was interesting seeing a car go by there at the bottom of Snowshoe, but they're offering free skiing this coming Sunday to West Virginia residents. Look at the base though, here at Snowshoe. This is at the bottom down at Ball Hooter, but look at the base of snow that's built up there, and they're reporting a 48 inch base. They are calling it spring conditions, and I think you'll see a little less spring conditions probably at Snowshoe than you were anywhere else in the region, but they're still boasting 60 of 60 trails, a 48 inch base. So again, for a lot of you guys that have been emailing me, a lot of you guys that have been posting out on Facebook, man, the slopes are great. This is up top. You can tell here, in fact, snowboarding going on there. These are all the snowmobiles. I meant snowmobiling. There's snowmobiles lined up here for a snowmobile tour that they usually start up. I think at 5 o'clock is maybe the first one, maybe 5:30. I have to check with Mikey Valash and their guys. Again, a little discoloration over here on the beginner terrain area. I'm sure they're just pulling the beginners over in here now, but it may be late season. We may only have another weekend to go here this coming weekend for some ski areas, another weekend or so after that for other ski areas, but nevertheless still lots of snow. This is a very cool, wintry, snowy shot at Winter Place right now. And again, it's close to 70 degrees there right now, but look at the snow. It's plentiful. Winter Place is another one, 26 to 48 inch base, 23 of 27 trails open. They too are going to be offering free skiing to West Virginia residents this coming weekend. Thought I could give you another shot at Winter Place. It may or may not be running right now up on top of the mountain. This is Bryce, Bryce Resort in Virginia. I think this is their last weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check the reports a little bit later as I do the updated snow report for this coming weekend. But they're still averaging a 40 inch base and 7 of 8 slopes open. Again, you're going to start getting some little discoloration, some creeping in from the sides. But Bryce Resort is also running good conditions. This is Massanutten. A lot of snow there at Massanutten. Massanutten is also boasting 37 inch average base across the entire mountain. 14 of 14 trails. So we're not talking about typical spring where you might see a limited bit of terrain, 4 or 5 or 6 trails open. Most of the ski areas are still boasting most of their trails open. Here's snow tubing, at Massanutten right now. And again, it's close to 70 degrees there. This is panning around to the terrain part, which looks like it may be up for short term yet. Here's Wintergreen. Should scan around. I'm going to come back to that one. Thought it would scan around. Here, we'll sit for a second while we're waiting. Wintergreen Resort in Virginia, 21 of 25 trails. There we go. 21 of 25 trails and a 38 inch plus base. So this is a real testament, as wet as it's been over the last month, as mild as it has been at times. We're going through a very mild stretch right now. Nevertheless, there's plenty of snow still to play on. And I would tell all you guys who are checking out Ski Southeast and emailing or going to Facebook and asking, I would just tell you guys to continue to go to Ski Southeast, click on the snow reports. We put little remarks and details in there to let you know who's open and when. Just like right now, Bryce is tubing on weekends only. May go a little bit further into the season. This, by the way, this shot I'm showing you here is Spirit Mountain. We do host a couple of cameras outside of the Southeastern Mid-Atlantic. Thought I'd show you that one. And then here is Mount Washington up in British Columbia, Canada. When I was watching that camera just a little while ago, there were some snow flurries going on. In fact, you can see some snow out in here as well. Not sure what they have down here. It's kind of interesting the way they're sending these guys down a snow tubing lane, and then I'm not sure, it looks like maybe this is where they're stopping, and they maybe have some kind of a grate or sand or something down there to maybe stop people. But conditions are really, really good right now. Everybody that's open is open with most of their terrain. They're open with pretty good base depths. This is a great time to go skiing and snowboarding because you're not going to have to get in the lift line. I don't care where you want to go. No lift lines. There's also discounted skiing. Everybody's offering discounts this time of year. The snow is nice and soft and supple and carvable and easy to play on. When you fall, it's easy to fall. So what I would tell you is, if you have a question, be sure to keep going to resortcams.com. Click on the ski cams, check around. By the way, during the off season, I would tell you guys to be sure to check out all of our lake, cameras. We've been featured a lot on WCNC News Channel 36 here lately, but we do have a lot of lake cameras that we're featuring as well. In fact, here's a nice houseboat on Lake Norman at Queen's Landing. So be sure to continue to check out Resort Cams during the off season. Be sure to keep coming to Ski Southeast, as we still have at least a couple of weeks left yet, a couple of weekends left yet for most all the skiers. Plentiful snow, plentiful base, good conditions, and you should enjoy yourself if you'll take that trip and get discounted skiing as well. So that's going to be it. Just wanted to share this with those who are making those queries. It's kind of one of those things, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Well, there's no lying eyes here. You get to see really good conditions at all the ski areas. So keep checking in with us. Keep checking the website. Keep going to skisoutheast.com, resortcams.com, and we appreciate you.